to This Week in East Brunswick. This week we'll focus on recent construction projects on both sides of town. The new jug handle at Route 18 and Edgeboro Road is complete. We'll have the ribbon-cutting ceremony, which opened it on November 20th. And Judith Lebline and Lee Gerhardt have an update on work at the Aquatic Center, scheduled to open July 4th. But first, here's a look at programming next week on Channel 8. Begin the week with Lenore Kulik, host of Look Great, Feel Great, for exercise and advice to keep you looking and feeling your best. That's at 10 Monday morning. At 10:30, Kristen Lott reads stories about the circus to local preschoolers. Tuesday night's lineup includes EB18 with Joan Farrell at 7, and Sports Talk with Phil Hill at 7:30. Phil reviews East Brunswick High School's fall sports season with Supervisor of Athletics, Frank Knoppenberger. Wednesday night, join Dolly Vasta for a behind-the-scenes visit with Stan Novak, chef at the Frog and the Peach, and with Louise Conover, head pastry decorator at Mendover's Bakery. That's at 7:30. At 8 o'clock, the Arts brings choral music from Cantabile, a Middlesex County-based chamber chorale now celebrating its 6th performance season. Thursday night, we're back with a new edition of This Week in East Brunswick at 7 and 8 o'clock. And at 7:30, it's Council Update. See the Community Bulletin Board for additional programming information.
Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. It's gonna have to be a different man. Now may change me.
Ooh, I know it's cold and you're home in your house and you're all warm, but I want you to come on down to the community beach and see what's happening down here. I'm in the lazy river, and just imagine you're floating on a summer day in your tube, just bobbing along in the lazy river. That means you want to join, and it's time to join, and you can join now by sending in your money and filling out your application and getting it back to the Recreation Division right away. Don't miss the fun. I know you want to float around.
Seasonal memberships for the Aquatic Center are now available. Register during the discount period and save. Remember, seasonal memberships are limited. You don't want to miss out on a summer of fun. Holiday gift certificates are also available. Buy your family a gift that lasts all summer long at East Brunswick's Family Aquatic Center. Call 390-6797 today.
Hey kids, come on in the pool! Yeah! All right!
Long awaited by many who've sat in rush hour traffic southbound on Route 18, the new jug handle at Edgeboro Road opened November 20th. Begun in 1984, the project was initiated by the town council. It wasn't until 5 years later, in 1989, that funding was found, provided by the Middlesex County Utilities Authority.
What we did was we were able to come up with the funding where the Township of East Brunswick would not pay any of the costs of this project, and the project total cost was about $4 million. You see, this project actually started construction about 5 months ago. And we're real happy about the speed of the project, and we're real happy as to what the outcome will eventually be, which will be to improve traffic on Route 18. It holds about 75 cars, this Edgeboro intersection, and we're going to be able to stack in the cars very, very nicely to avoid stacking up on Route 18. So we're real excited about this project. We're happy that it was paid for by Middlesex County Utility Authority money, and we're happy that East Brunswick was able to come through with a very, very successful traffic improvement.
Okay, this is part of other traffic improvements along Route 18?
Yes, there are other traffic improvements planned, which also will be paid for by others. Some include the signalization of Route 18, which would be computerization of all the traffic lights. And also, we will have other improvements in the southbound direction in various intersections. So we're excited about the total outcome. Route 18 is improving. It has always been somewhat of a sore subject for elected officials and residents of our township. But because of these many improvements, we're happy that Route 18 is no longer going to be the parking lot of Middlesex County. It's going to be a nice throughway and something that we could be eventually very, very proud of.
Dave, what has been the council's involvement in this project?
Well, we've been through litigation in settling the cost of payment for the hotel, the diner, and the bar that was here. We're still in the process of finishing up that litigation. We signed an agreement with the Middlesex County Utilities Authority to provide for this jug handle, and it should be noted that all of the monies that were used to pay for this improvement were paid through by the Middlesex County Utilities Authority and do not cost the residents of East Brunswick 1 penny at all. And what it will provide for our township is hopefully it'll help the commuting population, which I'm one of course, coming from Manhattan, because suburban transit uses the transportation center. They'll be allowed to come through here with their buses. It'll provide for 60 to 70 additional cars to be stacked in this intersection, and will clear up the 3rd lane in Route 18 to provide for a smoother traffic flow before this traffic light. And hopefully it will save time on the commute, and for our residents, hopefully it will add to their enjoyment when they're shopping or when they're riding on Route 18. It'll provide for a smoother traffic flow.
Hello everyone, I'm Judith Lebline, Director of Recreation Parks and Community Services, and with me is Lee Gerhardt from the Division of Recreation, and we are at the construction site for the Family Aquatic Center. It's all very, very exciting, and it's really moving along beautifully. During this week, you may have received this mailer, and we hope that you get right to it and take a look inside. This has all the information about your seasonal memberships, and it also highlights the discount period. And we want you to get your membership in and save those dollars. I also remind you that we do have beautiful holiday gift certificates. So if grandmom or granddad or mom or dad would like to buy this as a gift for somebody, you could buy one for everybody on your shopping list. And we'll give you the beautiful gift certificate to present it at the holidays. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about some questions that we've been getting on the phone. Some are very, very interesting. So if they're on your mind, we want to try to address them. And I'm going to ask Lee to help me do that. Lee, we've been getting a lot of calls, and some people are asking questions because they remember the good old beach and they want to know what's going to be down here. Can you tell me some of the most common asked questions, or maybe answer them?
Sure, Judith. I think what we have to remember is that next year it's not going to be the community beach. We're going to have a brand new pool with a lot of concrete decking. And the major thing to remember is that you won't have to carry a lot of things in here like you used to have to. It's going to be very easy to roll your child in on their stroller. So we're going to have daily rental lockers instead of a seasonal locker base. They're going to be cube-type lockers, and those lockers will be accessible more so for your wet bathing suit, your wallet, and small items. They're also on the decking will have chairs. They'll be available for free. They'll be limited, probably somewhere in the round of 200 chairs. There'll be lounge chairs, some sand chairs, and of course our concession stands. Don't forget that we're not going to get away from some of the things that we used to have at the community beach. We will have picnic tables. The picnicking will be available. There will be grills still. So you'll be able to either eat with your own picnic basket, or you can enjoy our concession stand that will also be operable next year. In addition, we'll still be using our bathrooms from the past, but we'll also be adding a handicap accessible bathroom area that's going to be closer to the swimming deck. So there'll be 2 bathroom areas, both handicapped accessible, and I think it'll be much more enjoyable, much more easy to access all water and all of our amenity areas that we're going to offer.
How about the shade? A lot of people are calling about their little ones and wanting to be in the shade.
Absolutely. We're still going to have shade. We're going to have natural shade with our trees and our picnic groves and areas. We're also adding very large umbrella areas, 20 feet in diameter, for large group areas, group family picnics and such, that you can gather underneath those umbrellas. They're first come, first serve, but they're also going to add a lot of color. There'll also be some diffuse shade areas that will be in and around the pool areas. Those little areas will just cover and break the sun so that you won't get burned while you're enjoying some of the water areas and watching your children from a distance.
So Lee, there's going to be sand, there's going to be deck, there's going to be grassy areas so people can lay blankets or towels, or they can use the free chairs. And if we find there's large crowds, we'll even welcome people to bring their own chairs and be comfortable.
Absolutely. You can bring your own things that make you happy and make you comfortable, or you can come in with your bathing suit and your towel and hopefully plop down in a chair that's available to you.
All right, Lee, tell us about programming at the new center.
Well, that's the one thing, Judith, that we hope to keep a little bit of the old and bring in a lot of the new. Our day camp program, which has run with the Beach Day Camp, offered 40 to 45 children from 6 to about 12 years old. That will remain. Unfortunately, at this date, we don't have a fee yet. However, it is going to be a prerequisite for you to be a member of our facility in order to be a day camp member as well.
There's another advantage to being a seasonal member.
Absolutely, absolutely, and the program is great. It runs about 3.5 hours in the afternoon, so Mom can come over and enjoy our new facility while she's got plenty of supervision for her children at the day camp. The day camp also gets to enjoy the water facility as well, so it's not going to be a situation where they're stuck in the hot weather. They get to come out and splash a little bit too. We also have a swim team. The Sandpiper swim team will be back, and they've been looking forward to the blue water, and they're going to finally get to swim in the blue water lap pool, which is 8 lanes this year instead of 6. The nice part about the Sandpipers is it's all family membership based. You must be a family member to be a Sandpiper. It's a $20 admission fee, and at this point we're receiving and accepting registration for the Sandpiper team. Up through 12/31, we'll only accept those Sandpipers that had been on the team last year. After 12/31, we're going to open it up to new members. It may seem a little unfair to some folks. However, what we're trying to do is we're trying to accommodate those Sandpipers that have been with us in the past and have waited for this blue water facility to come along. And we think that we owe them a little bit of our honor to come back and enjoy the blue water first. On a daily basis, we had offered arts and crafts for 2 or 3 days a week. That program will return again for the little ones from approximately 3 years old to 12 years old. We have people register on a daily basis to enjoy an arts and crafts program. We'll still have our sand volleyball, hopefully in 2 areas. Right now we're guaranteeing 1, and with some bit of luck we'll get some type of boating program in, a paddle boat type situation in our natural lake area that will be inside the perimeter of the swimming area. In addition, we can't forget just the beauty of the location. We have plenty of natural lake to look at. There are other amenities within Community Park that is either a short ride or a walk. You can go enjoy tennis, which is about a half mile up the road, drive up, come back, nice and hot, come back for your swim. There's so many
Fishing and nature trails.
Absolutely, fishing and nature trails, walking, baseball fields across the street. There's a lot to do, and
We'll also have that wet and dry sand playground.
Absolutely, the little tots will be able to have their little kiddie area, Bubble Beach, and we'll be playing and bubbling and sliding down just like the adults will be doing, but they're going to have their own little area. Moms and dads won't have to worry about their children being trampled by adults. They're not going to have their own little area for them to splash around in. And on top of that, right next to it, there'll be a dry area for them to play in the sand, a huge sandbox area that will be a lot of fun too.
For our lazy river, there will be free tubes available, but we'll also have tube rental. So if you want that tube and you want to keep it all to yourself all day, you can rent a tube for a nominal fee and use that tube all day. We'll also have free life jackets for everyone that needs one, because we want to make sure that they're in an approved Coast Guard life safety jacket. So we'll have those on hand as well. So I think we've tried to think about just about every need you may have. For our challenged residents, the whole facility will be handicapped accessible, and we will also have our wheelchairs, our beach chairs that can be put in the water. So if you want to protect that beautiful leather chair, we have chairs here that you can use free of charge to get around the facility and also to go into the zero-depth pool.
Judith, you did bring up one point, and I'd like to go back to that, and that being the vests and those types of things. We will not be allowing our little rubber duckies into the pool areas this year because they're not Coast Guard PFDs. Those items cannot be used, and it will actually add additional safety point to the kids. This way they won't slip through and go unnoticed. We will allow water wings or whatever you prefer to call those.
And sand buckets.
And sand buckets and those types of play toys. However, the water areas are going to be restricted because they're shallow water areas, and there'll be a better safe area for those children to play in without those issues involved.
Right. We're registered with Ellis Associates, which is a national firm that does training for lifeguards and does safety audits. So many of our decisions are based on our recommendations from Ellis Associates, and some things are purely for your safety and your convenience, but we will have to go with their recommendations. Our lifeguards and entire staff will be trained by Ellis Associates, and you'll be seeing a whole different atmosphere. Lifeguards will no longer be sitting in chairs, they'll be walking the property, they'll be in the pools with you. It's a whole new thing, a whole new world down here, and it's really, really exciting. I do want to mention that there will be daily rates, and those rates are not yet approved, but I will assure you that if you're going to come here more than one weekend, you're going to want to get in on that discount period and get your membership now, because the daily rates, when you come here and see it, you're going to love it. And what I would hate to see you do is wait to come just on a daily rate and have all those seasonal memberships sold out, because you'll just be so sorry that you didn't get in on the action. And it's really affordable now. You can get those holiday gift certificates, and we're trying to meet all of your questions and concerns. You know, we're art in progress. Every day is something new. We're learning a lot. We may have a few little growing pains, but after the first season, boy, we're going to have it down pat.
So call us with your concerns. We'll be happy to address them. But remember, it's no longer the old community beach. It's a whole new thing. Come on down, join. Come on down and peek in through the gates and see what they're doing down here. You'd be surprised at how far along they are.
For those of you folks who can't come down and peek through the fence, we thought we'd give you a little walking tour of the facility. As you're peering through the fence from the access driveway, you can see the contractors working inside the lazy river. They're preparing at this point to finish the job on the bottom of the pool. They've already laid concrete on about a half of the bottom of the lazy river. As you can see, they're preparing to arrange for the walls. They'll be shot with gunite hopefully later this week, and we're presently getting prepared to do that work right now. The lazy river is 740 feet long, linear feet long, and 15 feet wide, and it'll be a fun ride. As we peer at the large concrete boom, the area that you're now viewing is the lap pool. They're presently pouring the base to the lap pool, the bottom of the lap pool, and that lap pool has concrete on its bottom. It's only taken 1 day to have that completed. The short 6 to 8 weeks has proven to be very effective as far as weather's gone. The contractors have gotten quite a bit of the work done. Almost all water areas have been dug, and as you can see, concrete is being laid, and most concrete hopefully will be laid prior to the end of December. As you can see, a number of the gentlemen that are working here are local union members, and so we have also been able to put people on the job that have been out of work or in need of work from the area. There are actually 2 gentlemen in the concrete right now that are from East Brunswick. And of course, as we prepare for the summer months, we're going to have a number of job positions available at the facility itself, and those positions will be posted as we get into the new year after January 1st. If you're interested in those positions, feel free to call the Division of Recreation and we can fill you in on what titles would be available. As you're viewing the bulldozer coming toward us, off to your left-hand side is the remainder of the natural body of water that used to be swum in. That area of water will have a floating fountain for aesthetic purposes and will also be available for boating, hopefully, in the future. Now as we view the family pool is a large fan-shaped pool that connects to the lazy river, and you can tube yourself into the river and let yourself off in the family pool. Family pool is approximately 5,000 square feet of surface water, and so that'll be very beautiful. If you need any further information, feel free to contact the Division of Recreation at 390-6797.